Hi, welcome. I am Celia, and I have had a handful of people ask me in the last 24 hours if I'm still doing podcast episodes. And the truth is, I am constantly doing podcast episodes in my mind. It's not an issue of there being content. It's an issue of deciding what to post, what to share. And honestly, I just have so many stories. So I'm actually going to pull a card to guide what it is I should speak about regarding dreams, life, waking life, etc., etc., etc. So we're going to let this oracle. Okay. We got the card. You are magic. I like that card. It's card number 10. Does that help me narrow down what I'm going to talk about? We're gonna make it be the case. So something quite magical is I was recording a podcast this morning with a very good friend of mine. We have a podcast called Pop Robot TBI. And back in the day, I was in a car accident and had a whole bunch of injuries, including neurological issues, head injury, neck injury. And so my whole life revolved around healing, without having proof that the healing was possible. And excuse me, having doctors say, just this very low functioning that I was at, they would say, just get used to this as your normal. Like this is going to be the new normal. You need to settle for this and figure out how to adjust. Well, there was there was almost no parts of me that were interested in that reality. So I was ready to think outside the box and look outside the box. And through realizing the wisdom that was coming through my dreams, one day at a time, one step ahead is all you need. I always have this right here. I shifted my reality and I shifted my health and I healed a laundry list of issues I had prior to the accident by tuning in to the wisdom of my body. Um, so with this card saying you are magic, I've used the word magic freely. And when people say, like, what are you talking about? It's like I was if you can get into the practice of noticing and choosing a higher vibrational thought, and you practice this over and over, and you can actually rewire your brain, rewire your nervous system, shift your health drastically, and this can be done for the better or the worse, but I did it, drastically improved my health, all by saying I am manifesting. I believe I my North Star is total healing. Total healing from this accident. And having no way of knowing how I would get there, I made it. And so this morning, on that podcast, which we hadn't done in over a year, but she works with clients that have had TBIs and has let them listen to has shared our previous content with them. And it's been really helpful for them. And so she's like, let's make something new. So I can give something to my clients. Um, because how incredible, like the thing you're trying to do that feels impossible, realize that there is a being who has done the thing. Like, here is social proof that that thing is possible. And let me get the scoop and the tips. You know, we all need to go on our own personal journey, but like let me get the like let me hear their story, right? So I was like, yes, let's do it. Um, but reflecting with her and realizing the progress that's been made in over the last 4 years, because I just had my 4-year anniversary from the car accident. The progress is phenomenal. It is miraculous. And I truly have to thank the fact that I am magic. You are magic. We don't have control of anything, but yet we have the ability to choose our thoughts and practice choosing better action, better behavior that will serve us better. And so just like you are magic, like in this picture it shows your hands. And I know so to bring this around to Dreamwork, once I started realizing what was coming through my dreams and realizing I can implement that into my waking life. Like I'm gifted these messages in my dreams. Okay. And then I wake up, I reflect. Sometimes it's super straightforward, other times reflection is necessary. Often reflection is necessary, and also tying that dream into the synchronicities that are being shown to you in your waking life, tying those things together and tuning into your intuition empowered me to make decisions along my path and to try things, to do things differently than I'd ever done, to approach my life as an experiment and try on different ways of being with myself, of just experimenting with this reality. And you can I've completely transformed my life. Um and the cool thing about dreams is they're going to be it's just like your breath. Your breath is with you, one breath at a time, from the moment you're born till your final breath when you pass into a whatever it is you believe that you pass into. And dreams are part of that cycle of this life. The dreams are not, it's not everything. Like it's not like, oh, just be obsessed with dreams, but but is but maybe it is because it's debatable. But my point is the dreams, when you have good sleep hygiene, good dream hygiene, and you have opened up that portal, that gateway is open for you to receive, for you to travel. It's something that will always be with you. And and as it is a practice, and I've looking back, I've had plenty of dreams, very, very powerful dreams. Um, but I wasn't aware of what I was receiving, if that makes sense. But looking back, I get it. But now that I'm paying more attention in the last few years, I can really work with what I'm receiving. And that practice from like if I look back to the first week of dreams that I was recording in a dream journal, it's going to be like two sentences, um, maybe a paragraph. Now, because it's a practice and I've asked the dreams to open up and to remember more, I can have pages every night, a handful of dreams, and they're all a combination of a message. They all go together, they're all connected. And not everybody has time to review like five big fat dreams in a night, right? So sometimes you'll get that, but then it's like talk to the dream realm and be like, here's what's reasonable for me. And it's a relationship. And so it's like the energy you give, the intention and the integrity um that you're giving to that relationship of opening. It's like going to the gym. Like it's a practice. Like you need to fuel yourself, you need to be well rested, you need to show up, you need a routine generally. And it's just like with dreaming. It's like what you consume, substances, media, whatever you're consuming is going to affect your dreaming access, your ability to strengthen that. And so it really is a practice. Um, let's see. Okay. I feel like that's kind of a good summary of where I'm at. Let's pull another card because I want to ramble just a little bit longer. Cozy up with risk. Okay. This has got the fire. Cozy up with risk is the next card we're pulling. 61. Okay. So this does tie into the next thought I wanted to share. Um, so this morning on the podcast, my friend, she got married and she had gone through the TBI journey as well. We are like recovery buddies. And the wedding was in not Africa, India. And having a head injury with a lot of sensitivities, um, motion, sound, lights, uh, being around a lot of people, like it's almost like you're in the rink, the rink. Is that what it's called? The boxing rink? The boxing rink. Wow. Because I'm like, it's a skating rink. Boxing rink? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look it up. I don't care. The boxing space. Ring. Boxing ring? Who knows? Okay. I digress. You're up there where you're gonna be in a fight with somebody. Okay. So it's like your arms are tied behind your back and then everyone's just like kicking you. Like that's like how it is when you are trapped before you figure out how to like ride the waves of having a neurological thing like that. It's horrible. Anyhow, so leading up to her big event, and I could use this for myself for any like big thing I've worked towards, but hers is a great example because let's say it's like 6 months before the wedding. She knows she's going to need to get on a plane, be around a whole bunch of new people in a new country across the world that speak different language, probably. Um, Meeting like all the in-laws, like it's like so much new stuff, like a very big challenging thing for your brain. Well, here's what she does. Here's what we were doing in our recovery is like we are so low functioning, but we're going to say the thing that we want to do. We have no idea how we're going to be able to do the thing. It's like it's her favorite example to use is she couldn't even walk to the mailbox to get the mail because her balance was so off and it was just very low functioning. And so here she is like saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna fly to India and get married and dance at this big, multi-day party. And it's just like allowing yourself to speak into the universe. Like, yeah, that's possible when I can like not even walk to the mailbox, right? Without having to lay down for 3 hours. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. But that's why we have this card here, cozy up with risk. And okay, in my experience, this is my experience with the universe. You state your North Star. It doesn't matter if it categorically is impossible. You state it. And there are a zillion different ways this universe GPS can get you like to this spot. Like think of all the streets, like between here and here, can like take how many different left turns, maybe go backwards a little bit, whatever. But all you don't care. You just like get me to that North Star. So today anyhow, she ended up choosing to believe and getting herself to time for the wedding, making it to the wedding. She got to dance. She got and during that like 6 months, she had a visioning practice. And the dreams used to always remind me, and they should keep reminding me because I get a little lazy, to have a visioning practice of what you want to bring into your life. So she has a visioning practice. She would envision herself at the wedding, the every single little step, the flight, dancing at the wedding. And then the rest of the day, not always, but there was a lot of anxiety about this isn't going to work. This is a terrible plan because previously with the head injury, like I personally have been hospitalized in the beginning because if I overdid it, my brain would completely crash out. And I didn't know how to like use my thoughts to calm the system. So there is risk involved of saying like medically, I can do this when like you don't have a handle on the situation yet. So during this time period, she's doing her visioning practice of how she wants it to go. The rest of the day, it's like angst. And and she ended up getting on an anti-anxiety medicine during this time because the anxiety was so much. So my thought was wherever you're at today, like here you are. Here's the thing that feels impossible. And this message is for me for sure too. When you trust fall with the universe into the flow of the river of miracles, when you choose to live delusionally is what I call it, that is magic. And that's when the magic happens. So So you keep your vision all the way to the thing happening. And with a lot of things, we don't have, oh, this is the date of the thing. We don't know when it will manifest. But let's say you've let the universe know, here's the thing. Here's one of the things I want to manifest that feels impossible right now. Like I literally don't even know how to do that, but I'm like, I'm speaking that into my life. Like I'm saying that's a yes for me. During this time span between now and then, you've already planted the seed of the North Star. You could spend this entire time in angst, like the amount of angst she had, I'm just saying 6 months to the wedding. If she could have just like energetically, all that angst, like I could feel that for her. Like, what if when she planted that thing, that plan, the North Star, she actually fully let go into the trust fall and was like, I'm going to be okay whether this thing happens or not. Maybe it will go the way I want, maybe it won't. Like letting that be okay. Like if this happens or that happens, either way is okay. It's all okay. And then during that whole entire time, instead of having all that angst, what if What if that just like let's wash that away? There's the process to feel our feelings. You need to feel your feelings. Definitely don't skip over the feelings. But let's move through them and then that whole time we can fill that angst with trust, with ease, with my point is we get to choose our mindset. And yes, there are things to work through to get to a mindset that feels really empowering and brings freedom. That is a process, but I personally live the majority of my headspace, my eternal now is an extremely positive state. I'm really feeling joy of my experience because I'm choosing to use the tools from my toolbox of here I am on Earth as a human. What do I have control over? Yes, I go into my dreams at night, I travel, do these things, but it seems like I'm spending a lot of time here on Earth as Celia. And let me like simplify. Uh, in any moment in in the eternal now, it's like, how do you feel? I mean that because it's not like, oh, look at all the things I have, or look how much money I have, or look at this, all these accomplishments. It doesn't, none of those criteria matter because there's like infinite amount of ways you could feel about that structure of your life. Like you got these awards, you have this much money. Okay, 10 different people could feel 10 different ways about that scenario. So whatever your scenario is, realize you're one of those 10 people and you get to choose how you feel about that scenario. How do you want to feel? Like, notice how you feel now, and then realize in this exact same scenario, I can feel, I can feel a more expansive, joyful, playful type of way, and that's also okay. So if anybody sees me and they're like, this girl is delusional, like, why, what is she doing? And it's like, it's because I've made a choice on how I want to feel. And the way I grew up, like with society and like, keeping myself small and like fitting in and people pleasing, like that doesn't feel expansive. That doesn't feel joyful. That doesn't feel playful. That feels like depression and fear. So much fear. So you are magic and cozy up with risk, baby. But it's worth it. Aligned risk, divine aligned risk. Trusting that someone who's also like seek out like what is it I want to do? Who's my idol? Who's the person who's done the thing that I want to do? Because we're creators. We're in a creation and we each individually also are creators. And so we get to create. What do you want to create? What do you want to create? And pick something, and if you change your mind, then you pivot and you move into that, and each thing will add value to the next thing. It's all connected. Okay. Should I pull a card on how to end my podcast? Okay, let's do it. Okay, your final message is overrate your intuition. I will say my big ideas that have come through in the last few years that have really surprised me have come through my dreams. And when they come through, just like last night, I had something come through and I am like, you've got to be kidding me. That cannot be the thing. And it turns out in our dreams, we're literally being handed on a silver platter. Perhaps it's a gold platter. Perhaps it's a sparkly moon magic platter. I don't know. This is like the greatest platter. Here's an idea. Here's an idea that really was born deep, deep within you. And we're here to help you realize it. And then you get to trust fall into an agreement with the universe. Like, I agree. I will co-create this with you. I will take the action. I will surrender. You're right. This does light me up. Because ultimately those ideas are like they're going to expand you and light you up and open your ability to love, fall in love with your life even further. You just got to say yes. One step ahead is all you need. All right, sending love, and I will do this again soon. Bye bye. Pause. No, stop.